Greetings. Here's another video from somebody that doesn't want to be in a video. Doesn't want to see himself in a video anyway. My name is Daniel Mason, and I just wanted to share some thoughts with you today. Something that I think about all the time, and that is love. The Bible tells us that we're supposed to love one another. And I think most people try to do that. Whether they're Christians or not, I think most people try to be loving people. So, what's going on in this world that things are the way they are? That sure doesn't seem like anybody's loving each other. Well, one of the problems we face is who we love and who we don't love. The Bible tells us we're supposed to love our neighbors, we're supposed to love our spouses, we're supposed to love even our enemies. In Ephesians chapter 5, the Bible talks about how a husband and wife are supposed to treat each other. It says that the wives are supposed to submit to and or respect their husbands. And it says that husbands are supposed to love their wives. In fact, it tells husbands, you're supposed to love your wives the way Christ loved the church. How much did Christ love the church? He died. He died for each of us. Now, nowhere in the Bible does it say, love this person or that person unless, or only if. I think once upon a time, we knew this. Our society, the world, I think we knew this once upon a time. That's how it ended up in things like our wedding vows. We say for better or for worse, richer or poorer, sickness and health. We tell each other we're going to love each other no matter what. But then we don't. 50% of marriages end in divorce. And the ones that don't end in divorce, there's quite a few of those that aren't exactly happy. There's a lot of people out there just not showing love to each other. The Bible also tells us to love our enemies. And I'm not sure how many people know how to do that, know what that means. I mean, think about it, loving your enemy. I like to think about that and then remind myself, if I'm supposed to love my enemies, how much more should I love my wife? I mean, that should make you think. That should really, really make you think. If we're supposed to love even our enemies and pray for those that persecute you, those are in Matthew chapter 5, in case anybody's wondering. If we're supposed to love our enemies, how are we failing so much at loving the people closest to us? So, husbands, love your wives unless they do something mean. Or wives, respect your husbands unless they don't deserve it. Or love your enemies unless they're just really bad people. Then it's okay. You don't have to love them anymore. Nothing like that is in the Bible anywhere. Like, at all. I think so many problems that we face today all come down to humans are selfish. We think about ourselves. I didn't take the time to write this down, but there's a Bible verse that says we are supposed to think of other people ahead of ourselves. And we should never think more highly of ourselves than we ought to. So husbands, love your wives the way Christ loved the church. How much did Christ love you? Did you deserve it? I didn't. I've done some awful things in my life that I'm not proud of. Christ died for me anyway. He loved me anyway. He'll always love me. I need to love my wife all the time. I need to love my children all the time. And this goes beyond the family. I want to focus on the family because the family is the biggest, it's the most important structure in our society and on our planet. Family is life. Our family should be our everything, all the time. And if we can't get things right with that, It's no wonder why everything else is falling apart. This goes beyond that. I mean, I know a lot of Christians that get really big into politics. Politics are a big deal. They're shaping the world right now, and it's not always pretty. And everybody has very different opinions. People lose sight of the fact that we all want the same thing. We all want to get along. We all want peace. We all want love. We all want respect from each other. We all want things to be good. We just all have different ideas as to what that good looks like. And if your idea doesn't match up with my idea, then, well, maybe you're not that smart. Maybe you're an idiot, or maybe you hate the country, or maybe you hate those people over there because you don't think the same thing I do. That's how we treat each other. The Bible says we're supposed to love our enemies, and my fellow Americans are not my enemies. Shouldn't I love them even more than my enemies? We're supposed to be one nation under God, but we're supposed to be one nation, and we're not one today because we lose sight of that love. So many people today fight for love, and they fight for love with hate. They demand, you need to love me and accept me for who I am, or I'm going to be mad at you and hurl insults at you, maybe even throw rocks at you. I mean, it's insane what's happening to the world today. And it all comes down to love. Someday I hope to either make a video or write something up. I actually want to write a book about love someday, because love doesn't always mean what everybody thinks it means. It's more than just a feeling of, oh, that person makes me happy. I mean, I'm going to keep coming back. Love your enemies. I'm not your enemy. I shouldn't be your enemy. And I believe some things that you don't agree with. But we should love each other anyway. That's just how it should be. That's the way God designed it. And that is the only way things will ever work. Anybody ever wants to see world peace, we don't need to all believe the same things. We just need to all treat each other with love and respect. For anybody watching this that's a Christian, this is what God demands of you. Jesus laid down his life for you. I want you to think about every awful thing you've ever done in your entire life. Every time you've lied, cheated, stolen, looked at somebody in a way you shouldn't have looked at them, looked at somebody with hate, insulted somebody, hated somebody. Jesus still died for you. He still loved you. And he wants us to pass that same love on to each other. I love all of you. And it's something we need to say more to each other. Take care.